Hello everybody and welcome back to the Infinite Canvas podcast. Yes, you are listening to Spectrum Files episode 4. Yes, I didn't put in a previously on, because for some reason I asked Paul to recap the episode in the episode proper, and well, there were jokes in there I didn't want to edit out with no context, so I didn't want to double dip into this. Happy Labor Day part 2, I guess, since yesterday was Labor Day. I hope you guys wore white, or didn't. I actually don't know what the Labor Day tradition is about wearing white, and I'm pretty sure I got it wrong. Be sure to check out our webcomic, Curse Quest, on Sci-Star.net, and follow our social media accounts at CanvasCast or at Sci-Star Comics to keep up with all of our cool stuff. Also, leave a rating for us on iTunes. We're trying to get the show on Google Play also, but that's a nightmare and a half on my end. Anyways, without further ado, here is Spectrum Files Blank Slate, Episode 4. Welcome back to the Infinite Canvas podcast. I'm going to let everybody introduce themselves first and tell me what characters you guys play.
I am David, and I play the character of Alison. I forgot her last name. I feel bad.
Kaisar? I always pronounce it wrong, I think. It's spelled that way. K-Y-S-A-R.
Kaisar. Alison Kaisar.
By the way, am I spelling the first name right or wrong? Because I never know.
No, yeah. 1 L. I have a friend. A really good friend from high school. Her name was Allison, and I accidentally spelled it with 2 L's, and she tried to murder me because of it, because she was like, "That's not how you spell Allison," and I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was right the both ways."
Oh no, I wasn't worried about the L's. I was worried about the I.
Why is that something to be worried
because
about?
Because I spell it with a Y, and then you send it to me with an I, or maybe it's the other way around.
I've never seen Allison spelled with a Y.
Me neither.
Really? Am I the weird one here?
Other than the way you spell things, yes.
Man, I didn't know I was the weird one here. Okay, I'm sorry. Paul?
Yes, I am Paul, and I am playing, James, aka Combat Commando, but no one calls him that.
Really quick. By the way, I'm John Venegas, and I play all the other characters. By the way, can
Name him,
you
John.
do me a really quick favor? And this is just to kind of be clear on it, because in conversation about James with both Donovan and David, there's been a little bit of confusion because I think we glossed over it way too quickly, and that's that James is a female to male transitioning character. Is that correct?
Yes, James is a trans man. Or boy? Yeah, I guess he's 17, so trans boy.
No, I just wanted to be clear on that because there was a bit of confusion on that since we glossed over it very quickly.
I didn't think it was that big a deal, but I can see how it might be confusing to just, randomly mention stuff like that.
And it's just something I wanted to go over very quickly.
I think he's trying to be nice. It was me. I can remember.
No, Donovan did too, a separate occasion.
Okay, that's it. I knew your character was a transgender. I did not know in what way, and so I asked John just to clarify things.
So in our last episode, you guys can tell me what you guys figured out, or if you remember. It's been a while since we recorded.
Last time on Spectrum, or Spectrum Files, according to this.
Spectrum Ballsy.
What all happened last time? Allison tracked down the recently reformed heroes, Vape Lord, Merry Christmas, and Crowbar.
And Merry Christmas. And you remembered Vape Lord first, and I'm disappointed that's the first one you remembered.
How could I forget the name Vape Lord?
I'm not ashamed of his existence.
And she nearly got taken into custody and forced to register or something like that.
yeah, that was not a pleasant moment.
You set up a meeting with said heroes, and they sent Dr. Speight instead because something came up.
Right. But you guys were supposed to meet him anyways.
Right.
You were all supposed to be there. The in-universe reason is that the kids had to go do a thing with their mentor, Nightingale. Out of universe, me reason, I didn't want to have a scene where I voiced 4 characters.
Oh, that is...
That's fair.
That is not fair.
Dr. Thorne and Dr. Speight went to Spectrum to learn more about the null... It's just called null, right?
For all intents and purposes, right now it is just called null, yeah.
Right now. Okay. To find out
did
more
I say that out loud?
about... Yes, you did.
Oh, shit.
About the sentient null, actually, that Dr. Speight created... that has, also Speight is not spelled with an E at the end.
It is spelled like this. I apologize. I'm a weird person and I like to spell things weird.
For those in Radioland, that's Speight.
Which is a real word.
Yeah, I like how John just assumed that people saw what he typed.
I was going to say it out loud, to be fair. Yeah, no, so I'm not like one of those weird people who like to spell everything weird. It's a word that exists that is also a last name. It's a type of bird, specifically a woodpecker.
Alright. Meanwhile, Shadow, aka Alison, and James, aka Combat Commando, not actually known as Combat Commando,
By himself.
are working with the sentient null, also known as Nellie, to track down the rest of them so that more people don't die. And I think that's about it.
Oh, and Nellie doesn't like Allison.
Right.
And yeah, yes, Nellie doesn't like Allison.
That's an ass move. I kind of saved him.
For reasons that we're gonna find out. Maybe today, maybe some other time. That depends on what happens. Okay, you guys decided where you guys are going to be starting off this episode. Prior to this, very quickly, we kind of glossed over it. David, do you want to tell us where we're going to be today?
Today, I'm pretty sure what you can tell, we are missing one person here, Mr. Don. And that's because we've decided to split up our team, and me and Paul are going to go look for the rest of Nettie, like he said, and we're going to go back to the scene of the crime, where we first bumped into Mr. Speight. We did agree it was at that park, correct?
Yes, that park, because all of you guys in Radioland don't know where that park is. See, I can do that too, David.
I'm the one who did the not on Radioland.
Oh, no, I know you said that, but David was making fun of me because I didn't point that out.
It seems like the reason you gave me the chance to speak is just to somehow fit that into this whole conversation.
And maybe I did.
We are gonna be at a small park called Griggs Park, which I don't know why you wanted me to say the name if I'm pretty sure no one knows where that is at.
Well, I mean, you can do more than just say the name. You can there's some pretty trees with some purple flowers growing out of it.
How are you able to see that close
of the
into
year.
the park? There's like a weird looking fountain or statue that may not be.
There's a cool looking obelisk.
That's what I was talking about. But
Just drop what city it is in as well. That might help.
We established we were in Dallas, I believe.
yes, we're just a couple of blocks. When I say couple, I mean like a couple 30 blocks away from probably like downtown Griggs Park. If you want to know where that is, just look it up. It's next to a cemetery. Spooky.
Also, you guys can actually see this. You can actually see the entirety of the city from Griggs Park as well. And most importantly, they have their. I don't know if this is important, but a lot of the pictures on Google has pugs for some reason, and pugs are some of the best dogs. So I've never owned a pug, but they look adorable.
What does that got to do about our search for Nellie?
Well, you see, David, you guys have entered the park where you guys are going to search for the rest of the null that you presume is going to be near the scene of the crime.
Technically, Nellie was told not to possess people, so it could be relevant. Dogs aren't people.
Oh, you're not telling me that you want Nellie to possess an
I am not.
adorable little dog?
I am not. I'm just saying we were asked how it was relevant.
Okay, so outside the game, in game, I've been referring to you as James, which I know. Would you have ever told me your name?
I don't know. The idea that I had for why we could justify the fact that you guys know me as James is, like, the aforementioned first time that you, like, saved my ass. Yet you asked who I was, and instead of giving a hero name, I panicked and just said James. Lucky that I did not say Jane, I guess.
Okay.
So Thorne and Dr. Thorne and Dr. Speight are both walking from Gremlin's office down towards the Spectrum building, which in this universe is a repurposed reunion tower. The big the big tower that is in the middle of, I don't know if it's in the middle, but it's in Dallas, and there's a big sphere on the top. So in the real world, that was created during the World Fair, but in this world, it was same purpose, same World Fair thing, but it was eventually created for the Spectrum, essentially, because the Spectrum tended to be at those events. It is a thing that they've always done throughout the United States history. You know, considering this is an alternate history, a lot of the
metahumans get to show off.
Yeah, metahumans get to show off, and back in the 30s, 40s, 50s, all those other times, it was very hard for non-metahumans to make it into the Spectrum. And, you know, that just kind of shows you how racist, I guess you could say, people are, even though technically metahumans aren't a race. They're more of like it's more of like an add-on, essentially, to humans. Some people have it, some people don't. It's not really treated as, like, mutants in X-Men, in Marvel. It's more treated as, like if a normal human could lift more, or like a normal human was an athlete. It's just a thing that some people have and some people don't. And so we're walking down, and you have noticed that Speight has not mentioned your appearance at all.
So, Speight,
What's up?
I'm not complaining, but you've got to be one of the few people I've run into that haven't asked why I look like continuous burn victim.
Oh, that? Oh, I mean, no, it's no concern of mine, right? Like, that's not something that I should... First off, that's you, you know? I shouldn't feel like I have to pry on that. Also, I mean, doesn't everybody ask you, though?
More or less.
Yeah, that's gotta be annoying, man.
It can be.
Yeah. I mean, when I used to work at Spectrum, it was like, oh, hey, what's your power again? You know, like, I got some... I can lift things using psychokinetic field. It's like, it's not even useful or anything. It just makes things... I never actually use my power, essentially.
Hey, I haven't had too many situations outside of actual office visits that have required me to use them.
Oh, jeez. I mean, that has got to be annoying for other people, you know? Like, not saying that it would be annoying as in, like, oh man, that's gross, but more like, oh man, I really don't know how to ask them. And, like, the answer is, don't.
Eh.
I did want to point something out really quick. I do have to warn you about something. I don't really work for Spectrum anymore, but I think you kind of figured that out.
It kind of makes sense.
Yeah, I kind of got kicked out whenever somebody tipped them off that I was bringing things to life. And I know that sounds kind of weird because earlier I was saying that that they explicitly knew that I was doing that. But when files get deleted and data gets moved around, it can, you know, the whole, hey, I've been working on this thing, gets erased, and then it gets replaced with a file that says, hey, Speight brought something to life that he shouldn't have brought to life. You know, I'm kind of a wanted criminal, and I know that it sounds really weird that I'm going back in, but I have something to kind of fix that around, hopefully.
Okay.
When we go in, I can't help you out on this, but because they already know you're going in. They've made it very clear they want you in. But I am going to be wearing this mask that I have kind of been working on. And when I said I've been working on it, I mean I've stole it from someone else and kind of repurposed it. It is going to be able to make my face look like somebody else, but it doesn't modify my body at all. So I kind of scoured through, and I found somebody that I work close to, that I would be able to kind of copy their appearance. Now, I have their same build. I do have a different racial tone than theirs, so it might look a little different. And no, it sounds weird. I'm about to whiteface, but I'm about to whiteface. Yeah, and he puts the mask on, and his face kind of shimmers like a hologram, and he grows a slightly bigger nose. He grows a kind of like a walrus mustache. His hair turns like a blackish gray, and he crinkles up just a little bit. It looks like he just got a little bit older, and he talked back to you, and he goes, "Well, yeah. So when we go in, I just want you to make sure you don't call me Speight, because that will definitely make them know that I am not me. I want you to call me Dr. Todd, okay?"
Okay, doctor.
Oh, hold on. He kind of rubs his neck on this little collar he's got on, and he goes, "I'm oh, I'm sorry. I meant to say, call me Dr. Todd." Yeah, I know he's a really shitty accent.
I've heard worse.
True. Yeah, so let's hop on in, I guess. You guys walk into the building, and first thing you notice is that it looks amazing. It's just, I mean, I don't know if this is more of a subjective thing, I guess. I think maybe you might think it's shitty, but, like, it looks amazing. It's pretty fucking cool. It's got, it's spotless. Nobody's dressed around like clowns or freaks like you would expect a superhero facility to be. Everyone's just kind of dressed in their casual clothes. You can see off in the distance there's like a little thing for a museum. You see the elevator that goes up, and it's just like, it's not bedazzled, but it's like emblazoned with different icons and stuff. It looks kind of, I guess you could say, kid-friendly, even though it's kind of, that would sound kind of weird. And as soon as you guys walk...
Kid-friendly businessy.
Kid-friendly businessy, yeah, you got the kid recruitment center. They're trying to get them when they're young.
Yeah.
And also the fact that the first floor is also the floor where you have the family section, where people can come in and kind of talk to the heroes, and actually kind of like tour around. So first floor is very civilian, and you haven't been greeted by anyone yet. You can feel free to look around, or you can simply just wait for somebody to show up. I don't know what you want to do, or if you guys want to try to sneak in, that's all up to you.
Well, did the appointment tell me to go to a specific office, or what?
You have had many different appointments. So the latest one would say that you have to stay there and wait for Dr. Oh shit, that's not gonna work. You gotta wait for Dr. Todd.
See, knowing that a little bit ago would have been a good idea.
No, this is totally like an in-character thing that was gonna like suck. So, quick question. What's the invitation say? What are we supposed to do?
Yeah, he pulls his phone up to his hand, just kind of, yeah, you might want to get going. Show him it.
No, I picked a shitty disguise, didn't I? I do have a question. When you walk, do you kind of walk like Yoda? Like, limping around and, like... Or...
Yes.
Okay. Oh, no. This isn't good. You're supposed to be meeting me. That's, gonna be kind of a predicament. Wait, no. That could actually work out in our favor. If you're supposed to be meeting me here, then that means that if the cameras see you and me together, it would just make sense. And Dr. Todd was a biology, was in the biology department. So I guess we can go up there. And it's pretty close to the labs. So we might be able to get a little bit closer, a little bit faster. This actually kind of works itself out a little bit. And as you guys stand there, behind you, you hear "Yo! How you doing there, little boy?" And a robotic torso appears from the ceiling and hovers over you, a la GLaDOS. But instead of a spooky, scary eye, it is a robotic animatronic cowboy with a underbite and a wobbly eye. Are you lost there, little boy? My name is Percival. I work for here. Oh god, it sounds stupid. I work here.
If you'll excuse me, I'm here on a bit of an appointment.
Oh, I know what you mean. The appointment down in the ball pit down there?
No.
Where do you need to go then?
Just literally just doing that thing where overly intelligent guys rub their foreheads. Not break the animatronics. As I just lead Dr. Speight towards the elevator, since I'm guessing the labs are on the upper floors.
Okay, bye then! By the way, that is not a non sequitur, that is important. Just gonna point that out there.
Oh, I figure it's probably some form of scanner.
As you actually good noticing there. I don't know if you wanted to do a assess the situation.
Yeah, probably should.
You can do any of these things without combat involved.
Probably should. I roll 2d6, right?
Yeah, 2d6.
Oh, that's a 4.
No threat there. You're just a silly animatronic, man.
Yeah, and I get a potential.
Yes. As you guys have reached the elevator, you just hear Percival wave his hand. You can't hear him wave his hand. Okay, yeah. No, he waves his hand hard enough where you can hear it. Bye, y'all! If y'all need any help, you can always just call Percival!
Got it.
Okay, that was weird. Was that weird to you?
Little bit. Probably some form of security measure. Don't know.
Yeah, Percival is just from what I know at least, he's just the main floor security protocol droid. He just stands there and he's mostly just really fun with the kids. He was supposed to be taken off of his cowboy programming, but I don't know why they left it on him like that.
Here's a good question for you.
Yeah, what's up? As you guys are going up the elevator.
I make sure that there's no, cameras in the elevator. That's another assess the situation.
Go ahead.
That was a 2.
No cameras in the elevator.
What exactly are his, scanning specifications?
Well, he doesn't, from what I know at least, because I'm not a specialist on him. I work mainly on null. From what I've been here kind of figuring out, he doesn't really scan you per se, he just actually literally looks at you. He doesn't have X-ray or anything. He just kind of just sees everything. He's just a security camera that's been attached on a little dolly and glorified. I mean, we don't have you must very misconstrue us with some sort of fantasy world where we have the highest, greatest forms of technology. We're just any other building. We just have some cool shit. You'd be surprised how easy it is to infiltrate this fucking place.
So he's an animatronic camera.
Yeah, he's a silly animatronic droid man.
You'd figure with all the alien tech that's been getting on this planet that they'd have something higher security.
Yeah, you would think that, but no.
So I go, hey, James,
Yeah?
do you get anything from Nellie?
Do I get anything from Nellie, John?
Nellie is on one side of the petri dish, kind of hugging the area that's nearest you, and it doesn't really give off any vibe.
They're closest to me as they can be. I'm going to turn around and see if they go to the other side, or if they're just staying close to me.
They're just sticking to you right now. I don't know if you can communicate with it as best as you can if you want to try.
Yes. Hey, Nellie, is there, anything, any more of you nearby? Or?
It hums a little bit, and it kind of flattens down a little bit.
That is down.
Yeah, I don't think we could just dig up the park, though.
It is, what time of day is it? Night? Afternoon? Morning?
I would say maybe morning-ish, kind of close to noon.
Noon. Okay.
Alright, so it's probably a weekend.
You guys can see people outside, so...
Well, we can't stay out here for this long. We're gonna attract some attention. At least I am. And last time I checked, I think Nightingale wants to take me in, personally. So, I mean, let's quickly walk the perimeter and see if maybe that helps out. And so I guess I try to convince to just walk around the walk path that it has.
Yeah, I guess I'll follow.
So you guys are just walking around this path, kind of nonchalantly. Are you guys you guys are in your costumes, of course, right?
Yeah. If I was gonna go out with James, I would be in my costume, mostly because identity is the one thing she wants to keep secret. So that's why she's really hesitant of being out here for this long, especially in the daytime.
Being in costume, I guess I better be in costume as well.
Okay, just to be safe about it. Alright, gotcha. You guys walk past around the walk path, And
I guess I could
now...
use straight up creeping here.
Oh, go ahead.
So that's plus mundane. I got an 8 plus 2 for mundane, so a 10. So I get to ask 2 questions. So I guess looking around, I can ask who or what here is not what they seem. Maybe checking out to see if anyone might show signs of being exposed to the null. And then the last one would be what here is worth grabbing, because these other questions aren't really applicable. I guess what happened here recently, but that's probably going to show our fight. Yeah, let's go with what happened here recently, though.
I'm going to answer those in backwards order. You're going to get both answers, but I'm going to give them in backwards order. So what happened here recently? You guys can see the aftermath of your fight with Speight prior, where he presumably knocked down that obelisk that I had mentioned earlier, kind of messed up the playground. Alright, so it looks almost like in his fit of rage, he was still cognitively aware that he was causing damage, and seemed to have chosen a location where he would cause the least amount of damage in the middle of the night, essentially. You guys kind of see scratch marks, breaks, a lot of things. Which the scratch marks kind of throw you off because he doesn't have long nails. He has just regular human fingers. You guys also notice that since you guys were here in the previous fight, you guys actually notice there's more damage that has been done. It's not just Speight that has been causing damage, but other things as well.
Right, because it's been, or it can spread. It's weird referring to Null as it, now that Nelly is sentient.
Sentient-ish. It's on a scale.
Sentient, not sapient.
And then you had one more question, and it was if you saw anything or anyone that wasn't supposed to be there?
Yeah, it's not what they seem. It's the specific wording.
Okay. As cliche as this sounds, there is a man standing nearby one of the trees, and he has a sheet of newspaper over his face. And he's clearly turned around and put it on because he noticed that you were looking over there.
Okay. Okay. Is there anyone else, or, since the park is a bit damaged and destroyed, is there anyone in the park, or is the park pretty empty? If not completely empty.
The park still has people because you can't really stop people from trying to come over, but
It's true.
yeah, you guys are here. Obviously, if this place was closed and they saw you, it would be pretty obvious that you were there. No, there are people still around. It's just the specific areas that have been damaged have been shut down. So there's like tape around the obelisk, around the playground, some of the trees. And actually, this man is standing over that area near the trees.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and discreetly point out the suspicious man to Shadow. As discreetly as I can, and be like, hey Shadow.
What's up?
Guy over there. He's like trying not to notice or be noticed that we're noticing him or something.
Okay. I turn to look in that general direction. Is he's standing there or sitting down? What did you say?
Standing there, very awkwardly.
Okay. And he has his newspaper holding newspaper?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. God, if this was night, I think I could have done something. Okay. Well, I don't really want to walk up to him. Preferably, I would have preferred nighttime. Probably could have snuck up on him, maybe. But I don't. What do you want to do? You want to approach him or something?
I don't know. I don't know. Is he like supposed to be a contact, or maybe he's part of like Spectrum Science or whatever, trying to recover the null?
Is there a way? Okay, you said that it's not taped up, so it doesn't look like the cops have been here, right? Like, they haven't taped up the scene, or it doesn't look like it's...
No, the cops have taped up the scene. They're not there at this moment, or as far as you can tell, but they're trying not as hard, obviously, but they're just trying to let the public know, don't go over here, don't touch this stuff. They don't care as much, obviously.
I told James, okay, it seems like he's I'm pretty sure he's trying to keep an eye on both of us. I mean, why else would you be sitting back there with the newspaper trying to hide your face? So, you can't keep both eyes on us if we split up. So, I'm gonna try to circle around him. Hopefully, try to do something to catch his attention, maybe?
Who, me catch his attention, or are you trying to catch his attention?
No. You try to catch his attention. And I'll walk the opposite direction. Hopefully I can sneak up on him. Don't really want to confront him head on. And I'll try to see if I can get behind him. Hopefully my rolls aren't shitty.
I don't think there's sneak rolls in this game, per se.
I think just do it. You're fine. I'll tell you if you need to do something.
I guess I would, if I'm trying to do something flashy, I guess I'd do some of my YouTube martial arts stuff.
Oh my god, no! Please do this.
So we're gonna do, like, some ridiculous, like, weird backflip kicks or something. Things that should not be normally possible. That's the other thing. I was thinking today, I know that I'm the person who came up with the name of the power where it's just like superhuman balance, but what even is that? Does that include agility? Do I get the agility? Am I just like super gymnast? I don't know.
My God. Okay, so you know how in 90s movies, like, they'll like be jumping up in the air and stuff, and they'll be doing like tricks and stuff?
Yeah. I can land like perfectly nearly every time, given like I'm not 2 inches on the ground. See episode 1.
Can I ask a question really quick?
Yeah?
Has this ever bothered James? Has he not noticed?
He has not noticed. He thinks he's just really good.
Oh
Alright.
my God.
So I assume doing ridiculous martial arts moves would be unleash your powers, correct?
Go ahead.
Alright, that's freak, which I believe I have a -2. Yeah, I have a -1.
Oh god.
That would be a 4.
Oh no. No, you did really bad. Please tell me what you were trying to do.
As I mentioned earlier, it was like a backflip kick thing.
Oh no. Well, I mean, is it possible for you to fuck up?
He wouldn't fall, but...
Yeah, I believe by the nature of the power, I technically wouldn't fall, but maybe I don't actually get to do the move at all. Like, my body just, like, seizes in the air.
Oh, okay, so your body tries to reposition itself while you're mid-flip, like, way too fast.
So all you did is just jump up and then back down?
But my legs, like, fly out at first, and it's just like...
You jump up and kick like a kid doing YouTube video stuff. You don't do anything.
Do I see this happen?
Please tell me you do.
Oh, I palm faced directly. I was like, that is not what I meant.
Oh my goodness.
Okay,
yeah, you've caught the guy's attention. He's kind of peeled over one of like he's like you can kind of see that he's kind of like peered over a little bit with his eye, but not quite all the way. You can't tell who it is, but you can see that he's looking at you.
Then as soon as he turned, I want to like quickly run to see if I can get behind him, and I that would be a directly engage a threat, specifically under surprise. Okay, so that has to be danger, and I have a +1. 6, 7. No, wait, no, sorry, 6.
So you failed that.
Yeah, so mark your potential.
You try to sneak up on him, and you can hear him, and his voice sounds familiar, by the way. He goes, Who is that? I know you're behind me, and that's Aaron's voice. Yeah, you guys get to the science dock, essentially. I would say maybe the 6th, 7th floor, something like that. And you guys get off, and you guys look inside. See, there's a couple different rooms for different branches of different research departments. You've got biology, chemistry, and you have different sections. You got specials division, which is where Speight used to work, right around there. You guys can do your thing.
I'm looking for a important-looking computer, honestly.
Are you saying that out loud, or are you just thinking out loud?
Thinking. So he's going to assess the situation and hopefully get more than... Okay, 11.
Alright, that means you succeed, right?
Yes. That means I get a total of 3 questions. No, 2 questions. Which, it's going to technically be 2 questions, but it's going to be worded as 1 question. Which of these computers looks like it's important and connected to the entire system?
Which computer is connected to the entire system and looks the most important? Alright, so you see one computer that might be connected to the entire system, not the whole Spectrum system, because that would be a very dangerous thing to do for a facility.
But the whole floor system.
The whole floor system, yes, that is a thing you can see. You kind of intuitively kind of put it together that it is inside of the special divisions room. You can kind of see as you walk past the door. It's a glass door. Well, it's a regular door with one of those like glass rectangles that you can look inside of. You can see inside, and you kind of figure out that hey, that computer that's in the specials division might be the one that connects to all of them, because it seems to be a bit bigger and has a couple of different drives connected to it, and it does physically seem like it is connected to the other computers.
So it's one of those cases of that looks important.
Yeah, it looks important, and you kind of intuitively figure that one out. Because I can't just say, the computer has a label on it that says mainframe. Yeah, I mean, you also worked in an office, so you can kind of figure out the one that has all the stuff around it is the main one. I assume you want to try to get in?
Well, I'm assuming that Dr. Todd is supposed to be giving me a tour of the floor.
Oh, yes, of course. I am here to be giving you a tour, and, hey, you know how sometimes you come up with a plan, and you get the part where you realize you didn't think you'd get this far? Oh, hold on. I'm just gonna talk normal. I don't think there's anybody around. You know how you get to that point where you get to part of your plan, you realize you didn't think you get this far? Yeah, the door's locked, and I can't get in because I don't have Todd's card. And if I used mine, well, that would be worse.
So it's an electronic lock.
Yeah, wait, Gremlin, you can do that thing where you,
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, how about you do that? Can I just say that I legitimately forgot you could do that?
It's alright. Because right now, Gremlin just has this deadpan look as he's staring at it.
So, do you need to be lifted, or,
Arm stretches and touches the, pad, unlocking the door. Go through.
And the moment that you go through, you hear mumbling come close to the door that you guys just came in through. And you hear, man, I really didn't, I was like, do you really believe that they actually served that down in the cafeteria downstairs? And you kind of intuitively figure out that sounds like Todd. And Todd is standing next to you, and that didn't come out of his voice.
Right. So, I'm going to do a roll to, unleash my powers to, temporarily cover Todd. Quote-unquote Todd.
Hold on a second here. Are you going to cover him with yourself? To hide him?
Yes.
Okay. Oh my god.
It requires quick thinking, and this is the first thing that came to mind. That is an 8.
That's a half and half right there, right?
On a hit, you do it on... 7 to 9 is a hit, but I have to mark a condition, or the GM will tell me how the effect is unstable or temporary.
I can tell you right now, I know why it's unstable or temporary.
Dude's gotta breathe!
No, not that. There's that, but I'm also going to throw... Thank you for telling me that. There's also this... There is not enough of you to cover him!
I should have ate.
Kip... Are you going to just cover the side of him that is looking at the real Todd?
Basically.
Okay, you do that very quickly. So I like this scene where it's like we're like let's say like a camera is looking at you, and then you like turns to where Todd is coming in, turns back to you, and you've just covered Speight, and you see Todd walk in, and he goes, he's still got his head turned back outside. Yeah, so catch you out later then, right? And he looks inside and he goes, "Oh!
Dr. Todd, yes?"
"Oh my goodness, it's you, Dr. Thorne, isn't it?" He puts his hand out. It is a pleasure to meet you. I have been asking so long to meet you.
I have gotten the emails, yes. I surreptitiously make sure a part of me is covering the hand and shake his hand.
Oh my goodness, he shakes your hand and he kind of like awkwardly doesn't let go for a while, and realizes that he has held on for a bit too long and kind of like awkwardly retracts his hand back.
You seem a bit more excited than I expected, to be honest.
Yeah, a little bit more excited, right? So, I wasn't expecting you here today, and I really wasn't expecting you to just barge into my office like this. Well, not my office, but my level. Can I get you anything to drink while you're here? I mean, you must be definitely parched.
I'm good.
That was Speight, by the way.
Okay. Did Todd hear that?
No, it's loud enough for you to hear. Todd might just think you're kind of clearing your throat.
Okay, I'm going to form somewhat of an ear and a face right by his mouth, so I can figure out what the fuck he's saying.
Alright, well, say yes, so he can turn around and I can breathe.
Actually, could I possibly have some, fruit juice or meat juice?
Yeah, fruit juice fruit juice of what?
Meat juice. I tend to work best with a good amount of biological material.
Oh, sounds weird, but I think that, you know what? Actually, if I just go back down really quick in the cafeteria, I know they were serving chicken soup. So yeah, I can definitely get you a little cup.
That would be wonderful.
I'm sure they would not mind. He leaves the room, and, I don't know.
I come off of Speight.
Okay. Okay. Can you warn me next time you do that, please?
You chose a really, really bad disguise.
Well, I didn't know that fucking Dr. Todd was gonna... Wait, is he the head officer of this... Oh, no. They gave it to him. Hey, have you ever... No, never mind. this is... Okay. I wasn't expecting that to happen that quickly. Sorry, I'm just venting. Do your thing. The thing we're gonna do.
Yeah, you get somewhere else.
Good point. I will go do that. And as soon as Speight walks out, you hear him bump into somebody. And he's just like, yes, I will go down to the cafeteria with you. And he kind of just trails off. So you just kind of figure out that he's just gone.
Okay. I'm going to touch the computer, working on getting all the information on null it has, including locations. I'm also going to see if the computer has why they are so adamant about me joining them.
Okay, so let's take this one at a time. Let's do that one first. You're going to find out why they care so much about you.
Yes.
You open up your file on yourself, and you see that it is a file written by Dr. Todd himself, and it says possible abilities that have been confirmed, and it says healing, and that has been underlined and in bold, and it gives the rest of your abilities. Interface with technology. It also says absorption of biomass, and underneath of that it says potential use, and it says work in the science department. Possible experiments, and that one has a link. And if you click the link, which I'm assuming you're going to do, it actually opens up to a personal file that has been locked, which I assume would not be difficult for you to get into.
It would not.
Okay, you're already in the mainframe, buddy.
I am the mainframe.
All right, so you get that, and you open that up, and it in excruciating detail explains how it is going to dissect you and take parts of your body to implant into other folks as basically band-aids to recover their biomass and basically give your healing powers to other people. But it does say that in the process, you would not be able to be conscious or sentient, because you, as the original source, must be kept alive, but can't be kept sentient so you don't fight back, essentially. They are planning on doing that to you, because they're assuming that you're some sort of hive mind or gestalt mind, I would assume, if your biomass was on other people. That's what he's assuming, at least. What was your next question?
My other question was basically taking a copy of everything they have on null, including locations that they have stashes of it, both living and non-living.
Okay, so you are getting a file on that. You have also found, I'm giving you this as a freebie, you have also found a file, two files actually. One that explains that, and I'm assuming that since you're part of the computer, you're kind of scanning through this really, really quick and you're capable of comprehending this. You have figured out two things. One is super useful, and it is that you don't have to, they're both useful. You don't have to find all of the null. Just the null that has been brought to life, because that specific batch has been treated as one entity. Non-living null outside of that doesn't interface with living null proper. It's considered a different type. It is an unsparked, unliving null. And my next file you found actually is useful because, interestingly enough, I did just say the word unsparked. Null is brought to life with an electrical charge, essentially. It's got to be very high, very strong, but once it is...
High amplitude, high frequency.
Pretty much. But that's also its downside. Speight didn't tell you this because Speight is a very, very finicky, very particular man who only responds back to the exact phrasing that you gave him, and sometimes doesn't think of everything. So he didn't tell you this, but you kind of intuitively figure out that Null has a weakness to vibration, to sound, to high frequency, and to electricity, which is... And I don't want to make it sound like I'm thinking for your character, but...
This is good to know if it goes bad.
Right, but now you understand why those police officers have those specialized tasers.
Yep.
Alright, and you have a file on the locations of where the Null is right now.
Cool.
Did you have another question?
No. I'm going to be going back to where I was originally standing and forming a hollow shell approximately the size that he first met.
Alright, you are not going to do that, actually.
Hmm?
You are not going to do that, actually.
I'm not?
No. You, are you trying to, do you, at any point try to break away from the computer?
Yes.
The moment that you try to break away from the computer, you notice that you can't. And you... I'm sorry this is shitty foreshadowing. Now, I would stop right there if I were you, partner.
Hello, Parson.
Alright, I think you done got a little bit more than you could chew. So, mind telling me what you're doing here?
Doing research on how to potentially fix my research assistants.
Well, that's a crying shame. I'm pretty sure they're under the care and love and grasp of Spectrum. Now, I have a little bit of a problem with you. You are technically trespassing right now, and I knew you were trouble the moment that you stepped into this damn building. By the way, you don't see him at all. You kind of just hear him.
You are one interestingly overpowered program, I must say.
I mean, that's an interesting way of putting it, partner, but I'm surprised you didn't figure it out when you were downstairs, or your little friend either. It's almost like you weren't really good at rolling the dice of life, if you might say.
So, where do we go from here?
Well, I am going to... I'm sorry, this is a weird situation. I was expecting this. I was not expecting you to cover Speight with yourself. Alright, let's see what you can do here.
I'm going to do a roll of Pierce the Max.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say, only you can do that because you can interface with computers.
That's a 12.
Nice. You can ask 3 questions.
Well, first and foremost is obviously what he intends to do.
He is trying to shut you down. He's actually, you can actually feel it, by the way. You can feel him, he's trying to, play funny, on the outside with you, and he's trying to distract you. He's trying to get deeper into your system without you noticing. So you can kind of feel a little trickle in the back of your brain.
So how can I get him to stop doing that?
Suggestions, would be to, try to interface with him specifically, because you're not interfacing with him, you're interfacing with the computer, and now he's interfacing with you. So it's kind of like if you try to complete it as a little triangle, essentially, of connection, you might be able to overload him or interface with him in a different way where you might be able to interact with him differently. And I believe you have one more question.
Well, considering this is a, apparently at least semi-sentient, entity, how can I gain influence over it?
How can you gain influence over it? So you want to be able to...
Because, I mean, at this point, I'm essentially technically the ultimate virus.
Right, but you also don't know what capability... He threw you off guard, so you don't know how capable he is either. And I did say he was trying to trickle into your mainframe, but if you want to gain influence over him, I would say let's see, he is semi-sentient, so I mean, this isn't something I think you can talk him out of. He is programmed to stop intruders. Maybe if you try to say that you can return any of the information, because you are on a technological interface, you could technically try to attempt that, or you could say that and then try to do something else. Talk him out of interfacing with you. Get on his good side.
I just had a thought. There are viruses that allow a bot-type creation, like Parzival, to be under the control of something else. Kind of like a switch, almost, in the program. I'm assuming I can see his program.
This is weird because this isn't a visual that people are going to understand because of the nature of, we were kind of telling this as a comic. And so what we're seeing here, all this interaction with you and Percival, none of it is in the physical outside world. This is all done in your brains on a mainframe in cyberspace.
And it's all going very quickly.
It's all going very quickly in the real world, but to you guys in the comic reading this, it'd be like very like Tron-esque, where it's like we're in a different world essentially, and you guys are kind of like physically looking at each other and talking. And so I guess you're trying to launch some viruses at him.
Effectively, while effectively a worm is going to basically try to find a backdoor to him, I'm going to be distracting him with the other viruses.
Oh my god, are you going to do the same thing to him that he's doing to you?
Yes. While creating ways to stop what he's doing to me.
Oh god. Alright, well, you guys are, he is trying to get to you, so I don't know if you would consider this a directly engaging the threat, or since you're doing this without him looking, do you want to not treat it as that and just try something else, maybe defend?
I would call it an unleash my powers, since I'm basically trying to take over his program.
Oh right, reshape your environment. Yeah, that would definitely be it. Overcome your obstacles and reshape an environment. Yes.
That's a 10.
Oh, nice. Alright, so, go ahead and try to describe that. That sounds pretty badass.
Well, as far as the visual effect goes, it would basically be Gremlin just kind of, I like you. And as I can tell, you seem to really like me. So let's see how this goes. And pretty much the viruses take the shape of, like, bolts of light or something.
Oh boy, please be little mini cowboys.
His are little mini cowboys, mine are syringes.
Oh, hold on. I just want to say really quick, he's still playing this game because he doesn't know what you're doing. I just want to say, partner, that I think that if you just mosey on out of my sight, ain't us gonna have a problem. Hey, what are you doing to me? As you hear him make a ping. And, yeah, so that flash of, that visual flashes out of what's going on, and we see this weird mangled mess of like computer and flesh just like wobbling around as it spazzes out of control, and you see the light and you see electricity kind of like fizzling off of it, and you pull yourself off of the computer, kind of like a like really what was left on there was like a USB port, like a USB sized finger essentially. As it tears off, and a little bit of your flesh kind of sticks behind. I'm assuming you don't bleed. I'm assuming maybe you do or don't. I don't know. I've never actually thought of that before.
I would, but it would seal extremely quickly.
Oh, right, the healing thing. All right, that happened. Do you want to react from that or not? I don't know.
Well, now, that was, enlightening.
All right, you come to, and you hear a blaring sound, and Percival's voice kind of just lingers off, and he's like, and I don't know what you want to do here now.
So, are there any vents?
Yeah, you might want to try those. Oh, this has been a weird one.
Because if there are vents, there's a way out for me.
All right, you want to go? I'll just grant you that, dude. Just go ahead. I can't ask you to assess the situation every time. Oh god, that was fucking weird. Do you want to just go ahead and slide all the way down, or what?
I'm going to be trying to go outside of the building.
Notice that, Dr. Speight hasn't gotten out.
Oh, don't tell me he was the intruder.
Well, Donovan, you interface with the computer, and I'm pretty sure they try to check everyone. So, they didn't see you. They did see him.
Going back to where I was.
Going back to where?
Where I was, because it's the only way I'm going to be able to get knowledge of what exactly is going on.
Alright, you want to get back up there and interface with the same computer or a different one? Because if you go back to that same one, you can only interface with the science department.
No, not interfacing with the computer, just kind of waiting, listening to the siren, waiting for Dr. Todd. If he doesn't appear soon, start looking for where the cafeteria is so I can find him, / looking for what's going on.
Are you just sliding around like a little puddle, like a little slug, or what?
Probably the fastest slug ever.
Oh no, I wasn't. No, I by no means thought you were slow. I was just like, are you slugging around all creepily?
Think of it more like what Venom does when it moves around.
Oh, okay, but faster. Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, you're doing that, and you're trying to find Speight as Todd, of course.
Yeah, if Todd doesn't show up within like 30 seconds or so.
You do actually see, off in the distance, you do hear it, actually. You see something going on down. He's like, you see, that Speight, dressed up as Todd, has been decked in the face, and his mask has been broken. And his real face pops out, and the guy who's decked him in the face is like a bigger guy, not like super buff, but he's kind of like he looks a little stronger than Speight. Speight was kind of scraggly and skinny, and you see him deck him right in the face, and he gets knocked out, and the little collar that he was wearing falls off, and the real Todd picks it up, and you're close enough to hear this, and even if you weren't, I'm pretty sure you can like make a little slightly bigger ear to hear it, and you just hear him go, "Oh damn, this son of a little bitch just stole my shit. He stole my camouflage gear." And the other guy goes, "Well, I didn't really think that we'd be finding you back down here." And you see Speight spit him in the face. There's a little bit of blood in there, and he just goes, "You son of a bitch." He's like, "I'm gonna get you back." And you just hear the guy talk back to him, and he goes, "Are you sure about that? Because I'm pretty sure you're not gonna get out of this one." And he punches him just one more time in the gut, and he falls over unconscious.
It would probably be best for me to stick around.
It would make sense, but do you want to contact everyone else, or do you want to just try to go this on your own?
Surreptitious text from inside of my body. I have one of the two's number, at least.
Alison, I believe?
Yes. To Alison, basically saying, Pyrrhic victory, Speight contained. Speight spelled S-P-I-T-E. Basically using code.
Oh yeah, don't want to get your stuff read by the NRA. Which are very well a thing here and probably are more efficient.
Because they have meta-humans.
Oh yeah, alright, so you're sending off a signal back to Alison, and I'm assuming that Alison gets that message.
Aaron's voice?
Yes. So be careful how you talk to him.
Oh, that's my Uncle Aaron.
I don't say anything. I wait, do I see him?
But I'm in costume.
Yes, you are. He probably won't be able to tell who you are. Unless you talk. Maybe, I don't know. We'll find out.
I see him. I don't see him, I just hear him, correct?
You can hear him. You can tell. He can tell there's someone behind him. And you hear him say, "What are you doing here?"
I'm just mentally going, "Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit."
Shit. I want to use my powers to put a force field over my mouth to muffle my voice.
Oh God.
Do you want me to roll for this to see how good it is? Unleash my power.
I would say that's an unleash your power. Would you agree with me on that, or no, Paul?
I want to specifically use it to muffle my voice.
I think that would fall under extend your senses, basically. And I guess mine falls my last roll vaguely fell under overcome an obstacle. I just realized now that we don't necessarily always have to roll when using our powers.
You don't have to, but I mean, go ahead and try, I guess. I mean, you don't...
It opens up a chance for failure, which is more fun.
It is, to be honest. I'll love watching you fuck up. Is there a restriction on when you use adult moves? Do you know that, Paul?
You have to unlock them. You can find them in your playbooks.
David, just so you know, you are an adult, but you are a young adult, so you don't have your adult moves yet.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and roll for unleash your power just because I'm doing this like out of nowhere. Like it's a quick reflex kind of a thing, so it might not come out perfect. My voice might not get muffled, or it might get too muffled and you can't understand anything. So that's what I'm thinking happens if it fails. But if I do a good roll, then I guess that I did a perfectly good job for just being just something I did quickly. So I get freak and I get a +2 to that. I got 2 5s, 10, got a 12.
Nice. So please tell me that you sound like Patrick Warburton or some shit.
I sound like a female Bane, maybe. At most.
Oh my god, please.
Oh.
You merely adopted the park.
Is she gonna do an accent too underneath that just to be 100% safe?
No, because that involves me having to do an accent. I don't want to do one. I barely gave Ariana one, and I don't even. And I kind of don't even want to do it because I'm scared it's not even gonna stick.
Man, it's so weird how she lost that tournament, right? This is being posted way after that tournament is over, and I don't know the outcome yet.
So I'll be talking something like this. I don't know.
You can just talk, and I can edit it in post.
So I asked, what are you doing here? I know you're keeping an eye on us. Why?
Well, it looks like you guys. Wait, first of all, I can't just tell you 100% what I'm doing because I don't know if I can trust you guys. But you guys know more about what's going on here than I think you guys are letting on. I think you guys are hiding something.
Hiding what?
Slowly, keep Nelly behind my back.
So at this time, I wave James to come down. I don't say his name. I just wave him to come down.
Yeah, I would come over.
No, I'm sorry. I was gonna tell Paul. Hope he has a way to disguise his voice.
Well, I guess if I've been going out in public and if you haven't questioned me being a dude, I must have some sort of successful voice training.
Okay. Right. I would say so. Yeah, because the kids haven't noticed, and I mean, kids, if they noticed, they would have made fun of you. To be fair, they are kids.
Yeah.
The adults haven't said anything either, so I think you're doing a pretty good job at sounding like James. So, are you in this scene all together now, or?
Yeah, I guess all three of us.
So, I don't want to say too much, but my name is Aaron. I already screwed that up. I said my name. Well, I've already crossed that line. I've been investigating this for a while now. I don't want to say it too much, because I don't know if you guys are going to kill me or not.
We definitely don't plan on killing anybody.
Look, I understand if you don't meet, but you should at least know who that is in front of you. He's...
Please don't.
He is, what was that name?
Was he like a YouTube
Commando
guy?
Captain? I'm sorry, I don't remember your name.
Combat Commando. I think I recognize you. Is that what you were doing over there? The kick?
That wasn't what was supposed to happen. I guess I must have spooked myself into not following through.
Okay. Well, you sound very, I guess you could say honest. What you got there in your hand?
I think you should answer our question first before we answer yours.
Is Nelly, visibly reacting? Or I guess, do I have Nelly in front of me right now?
You have Nelly in your hands in that little petri dish.
Right.
Still on your side, kind of hurtling towards you, but it's kind of quivering a little bit.
Huh.
And he sees it, and he just goes, oh no. He just goes, no, that's not good. It's... Okay. Oh, boy. Alright, okay. So here's the thing. I don't want to say too much, because I am already in a little bit of danger, because you guys have noticed me, and I don't know what you guys are up to. But that you're holding in your hand is something that you should not be holding in your hand, and I need it, and I need to bring it back to the rest of itself, or else we're probably not going to be doing very well right now.
Okay. We are also trying to collect the rest of it in them to the same place. Well, maybe not the same place, but in one place. So, similar goals?
Similar goals. Okay, I like where this is going. I really do hope this isn't a situation where you're going to try to betray me. I've had that happen to me before, and it's not pleasant. And what about you, person who's behind me?
Shit. Well, how about you?
Shadow's being a shadow.
I am being a shadow. No, you've asked too many questions, and yet you have not answered any of ours. So I
answered quite a few.
You did not answer any. You did not answer my first question.
I need that.
Why are you here?
What was your first question? I need that.
That's not good enough. You said you had trust problems with trusting us. What makes you think that we won't have trust problems with you? So again, I ask, what are you doing here?
Well, I already told you, I'm tracking down this null stuff, and I gotta put it back together. Because, look, here's the thing. There's this dude out there who's trying to use it, and we're trying to stop him from using it. But the problem with that is that if he gets to it first, he's going to basically abuse its power. I don't think I have to tell you what it does when it comes to, because you guys clearly have it, and you guys should know by this point what it does. Can I just, out of character, very quickly? I do want to point out that it does sound like I'm kind of fucking up accidentally, but it's just, I kind of like the idea that he doesn't know what he's doing.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I caught some stuff.
Okay.
You wouldn't be happening to be working with some kids, would you?
No, I am working on this case alone. I mean, technically I've been brought here by Spectrum. They think that there's somebody in their organization that's working on the other side. You know, it's a fight fire with fire scenario. But I've been lent out from a place down in Seattle, so best of my people, I guess. Pretty young, but...
So... I'm gonna guess you're not gonna give us any names then.
Names. Well, other than Aaron, no. I kind of fucked that one up. That's on me.
I can pretty much ensure who you might be talking about then. Since you're working for Spectrum. I have...
Weren't they trying to cover this up?
Well, no, here's the thing. There are some people in the organization that are under suspicion that they're... Okay, since I'll just say names. I guess I can trust you. There's a guy named Jonathan Barnes. He is definitely the guy who is trying to get this null into one place on his side. And he is very likely the guy who is responsible for bringing it to life. Aaron Speight's the guy who actually brought it to life. May or may not be working with Jonathan Barnes, but I'm working for a very specific group of people within the organization that have hired me to kind of keep this a secret, so I don't really want to say their names. They know the truth, and they want me to expose it to the higher-ups, and also help them out with their case.
What do you mean higher-ups? As in the higher-ups in Spectrum, or like higher-ups in...
Yeah, the bosses.
Yeah, people have been trying to keep this from the higher-ups.
But the younger ones, they kind of understand and know what's actually going on, but nobody listens to them because they're former criminals. I mean, I trust them enough. They seem like good kids.
And some out-of-character stuff, real quick. I haven't written down Jonathan Barnes. Has he been name dropped before, or is that a new name?
No, he's been name dropped. Tony did mention that there's a guy named Jonathan Barnes who is after this stuff.
I think that was the scene where it was just Alison, Shadow, meeting with them, right?
Yes, that was that scene.
Okay.
It was that scene.
What did he...
Were you listening? If you weren't, that's fine too. Like, I don't have any issue with you guys dipping out whenever I talk to someone one-on-one.
What did he say what Jonathan does? He just worked with...
He's black market, right?
Yeah, he was a black market guy. So he used to sell null. Eventually he got caught and was registered into the blank slate protocol program. He got a new name. I didn't say this part, but he got the way the program works, he got a new name. And he's working in Spectrum right now. His new name is Jonathan. I don't think his old name is really that important right now.
Did Aaron say what he does for Spectrum? No, what Jonathan does for Spectrum.
He did not say it. He doesn't know. He just knows that he's working in the organization.
I think we can trust him.
Is that you saying out loud or out of character?
Yeah, I'm talking to you.
Okay. Spike told us that Spectrum is the one that's trying to hide this. How do you not know the higher ups not trying to hide this as well?
Are you saying this out loud?
No, yeah, I'll tell that to I'll say that out loud. I'll tell him, well, we heard different. We've met with Dr. Speight, and he has told us totally opposite from what you're telling us. He's saying that Spectrum is trying to hide this from us, from everyone.
The null?
Yes.
It seems to me like Spectrum might be trying to hide something, if that's the case. But then again, you did say that you didn't 100% believe what Speight was saying. Yeah, the kids that I'm working with are kind of squirrely on him too, but...
Well, regardless of whether or not you can be trusted, we definitely want to go with you rather than just handing over Nellie.
Fair point. Maybe if I do spend a little bit of time with y'all, it'll kind of help out with the whole anxiety thing, I guess you could say. It's been kind of hard to deal with this.
While he's saying, I'm like leaning over to James and shaking my head as in, no, I don't want to hang out with this dude. We can do this ourselves. Not telling him that. Just giving him that kind of a gesture.
I can't, like, really gesture back, but, like, yeah, I can't gesture back without, like, giving you away, and I don't want to do that. I'm just, like, eyeing him, looking at you and then looking back at him. And you're like, you can't see me at all. Neither of you can see me, nor can any of the people listening.
I speak up. It's like, no, we have this ourselves. You somehow ended up at this park. I don't know if it's just under suspicion that you thought the null might be here, or I don't know if you have a way of tracking it, but why did you come specifically here?
Well, my first suspicion would be that it was located in an area where it has been reported before to Spectrum, and the kids kind of told me that there was an incident here a couple nights ago. Some guy was hopped up on the stuff, and he kind of destroyed the place. Turns out the guy was Speight, and he got the stuff ripped out of him, and I think he was brought to some dude's hospital, like private hospital clinic thing. He was brought there with some shadowy person, and oh, it's you two, isn't it?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, now that I think about it, they did say that it was a shadowy person and some guy wearing combat gear, but I didn't realize that he meant, like, whatever it is you're wearing. Are those pajamas?
It's no. Technically, no.
I mean, technically anything can be pajamas, but okay.
Can you stop judging his costume and get back to answering the questions?
Again, I'm going to repeat myself. I'm pretty sure I'm answering your questions. I don't know what you're grilling me about.
If you've been investigating these said like crime scenes or suspicious scenes where null has probably been showing up, then I'm pretty sure you have a list of them. How about you share that list with us?
Okay, I mean, if you want to be fair about it, I'll be fair with you too. I've been tracking down different things before. Null is kind of a weird one. I'm not a big fan of Null. It doesn't really hurt. To be fair, it doesn't ever try to possess me, which I think is kind of weird. But Null tends to not like specific kinds of people, I guess you could say. There's been that. It tries to possess normal people. The most concentrated amount we've ever seen has probably got to be back in Seattle, but somebody else fixed that problem. They bundled it up together and just shot it back out into space, and that was the end of that.
Does Nelly react to hearing that?
It shudders as he says that. It is conscious enough to understand what he just said.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. But the good thing about Null is that it's all technically one creature, but it's localized also, so if it separates too far away from its original being, it becomes its own thing. And it resonates with only the rest of that new self. So the Null that was in Seattle is the same Null as in Dallas, but it's got such a highly different frequency that it doesn't meld together anymore. It's been separated. It's become a new thing. And if it separates for too long, it becomes essentially dead, which is what the Null in the bullets are. They're just completely separated pieces of Null that have been drained from each other for such a long time. See, these things are kind of like cattle, I guess, to people who make these.
How long they have, if they're separated, will the Null die, like you said?
I would say it would take about a year or two to kill off an entire piece of Null like that.
Okay, I thought you were going to kill Nelly on us. Like, we just got it.
Oh no. He. I'm not sure.
That was out of character.
I've been using they.
Okay. I think that's a good way of representing that. Or, sorry, them. Yeah, so, shadow person. Are you one of those metahumans, or are you a magic-y person?
I tell him I'm a meta.
You're a meta. Alright, just curious.
But, quick thing, you kind of just glanced over the whole fact that it doesn't like a certain people.
Yeah, I was just curious.
What kind of people does it not like?
Well, it's not a big fan of magic people. I don't really know the exact origin of Null, but they have this kind of beef with magic users. When they're small and cuddly, they try to stay away from it, but when they get a little bit bigger, they kind of maliciously go after them.
Oh, that's
why I was kind of worried, because you seem kind of magic-y. That's why.
I'm not. I said I'm meta.
Okay, well, then you have nothing to worry about.
Dizzy, I did ask for a list, by the way, of any kind of suspicious site you might think the Null will be.
Oh, you need me to give you a list? Okay, so first off, you got Okay, I would give you a list, but I'm not really sure exactly where. The kids told me that they were going to be getting a list later. They sent some guy down to Spectrum to go pick up some files. As you hear him say that, you feel your phone ring. You feel it's a text message.
Whose phone?
Who?
It is actually being. I think it was just sent to Allison. But
Yeah, because I don't think I've given out my phone number.
That is right. We did have this conversation. It was sent to Allison.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Sorry, I recorded it like 2 weeks ago.
Okay. I look at the phone.
All right, you look at it. You see a message. It is from Thorn, and he has cryptically kind of just sent you a message saying, "Got the info. Speight's in danger." Someone along those lines.
Got the info. Spike's in danger.
Mm-hmm. Speight's in danger, and they got the info they needed.
I guess I make a head gesture to James. Hey, we have to wrap this up. We have to go. I don't know if you have. I don't know if you have any more questions you want to ask him.
No, but I thought we were gonna. Are we not gonna go see where he would take Nelly? I assumed to Spectrum.
Who? Aaron?
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you guys want to give up Nelly that easily?
No, like I said, I wouldn't hand Nelly over. I would just walk with him.
Okay. So you guys are you guys walking away, or are you saying something to him?
No, I mean, we're still in the same position. It's just that, I'm still standing behind him, and I guess James is still in front of him. I got the message. I was like, he's in danger. Thorn. Okay, in my head, I was thinking, okay, you know what? We'll do this really quick, and we'll stop by, to see if there's anything else we can help out. I'm pretty sure Thorn has this, and it has everything. Okay. So I tell him, if James, if you really want to go now, then we have to hurry. I think we're going to be needed pretty soon.
So wait. We're going with him, or?
Yeah. I mean, because we're not going to hand over Nelly to him. So if the only way he's going to show us where he takes him, we're going to have to follow him.
You guys want to follow Aaron, or?
Yeah. We're going to follow Aaron. The Thorn isn't here. We can't follow him.
Yeah, but I mean, okay, sorry.
I mean...
Didn't know how to language that one.
Yeah. No, I think I got what you actually meant.
Okay. I hope all you listeners out there understood that.
Do we go with Aaron, or go save Speight at the behest of Thorn, or whatever? I think I did worse.
I think that was pretty good. You used the word behest. That makes you... That gives it like a +1 rating. +1 language.
Well, we've already established that James may or may not be a literature nerd.
Okay. So, I tell Aaron, give us 1 minute. And
sure.
Keep looking forward. Don't make any moves.
You guys are going to sneak up on...
Don't make any moves. And I call James over, I try to whisper, and I tell him, hey, I just got a message from Thorn. He says Spike's in danger. But do you want to head down there now? Do you think Thorn can take care of it?
Well, the thing is, if Spike's in danger, there's a lot of people with powers where they're at. So...
That's true.
I don't think he can handle people just by himself. That many.
What did Thorn do? Thorn better not have done anything.
We should go there. I'm gonna quickly turn to Aaron and say, so the place you would bring us would be at Spectrum, right?
Oh, the place that I'd be bringing you guys?
Yeah, for the...
Well, the place you'll be taking the null.
Oh, the place I'd be taking the null? Yeah, it would be at Spectrum.
We should go, I guess, to Spectrum.
Really? Man, that was a lot easier
I
than
look
I thought it was
over
gonna
at
be.
Alison and I tried to gesture right? We go to Spectrum? This is an easy way?
If this wasn't bright light, I would not mind going, but, out of character, I was saying that. Okay, yeah, I mean, we have no choice. Thorn might be in danger, Spike might be in danger, there's no other choice, we have to go.
Alright, yeah, so, we're gonna go. Now, I'm going to hold on to Nelly on the way there.
Of course.
But, we are going with you.
Okay. Oh, sweet, that's awesome. Okay, so, fastest mode of transport, I don't think he would actually say that, because I don't think he understands what's going on. But, no,
just get on the bus and...
Oh, that's right. Oh my god. No, he has a car. Of course he has a car. Probably not. So, yeah, fastest mode of transport would
just
probably
have to,
be a car, but...
mentally stop myself from getting in the front seat.
Anyone has
God.
Uber or Lyft?
Oh my goodness. Yeah, sure, he's got Uber Lyft.
Dallas downtown has those bikes you can pay for.
Oh my god. Hey guys, so hold on, just a second. Okay guys, so okay, no, let's just do this really quick. I do apologize. I love the idea that he doesn't know how to get there, and you guys sound like you're in a hurry, maybe, and he's kind of picking up on that. He's like, oh, they must be really excited to work on this mission. This is awesome. I didn't realize that they were gonna. This is all like in his head. I didn't realize that they were gonna really want to work with me that easily. All right, and he kind of just says like, you guys seem like you guys are eager to get there. What's the fastest mode of travel you think that we can get there? Because I don't have a car, and I'm not sure how to do public transport here.
Are there DART stations? Because I assume since I'm in Garland, I'd be using DART just because DART's all over Dallas.
I hear they have those cool bikes down here. You like those bikes that are literally everywhere? I see some over there by that the lady over there who's walking a pug.
Bringing back the pug.
Told you I'm saying something about the pugs. I love pugs! He says that out loud.
Okay, I tell James, go with him. I don't get on the bike. Do you have a credit card on you? By the way, you need to pay a bike with a credit card.
Was that to Aaron or?
To James.
Oh, okay.
Shoot. So...
He secretly pulls out Aaron's credit card.
Wait. I'm just like mentally thinking. I probably had. Oh wait, no. I remember the bag thing. Because I've mentioned I don't think ever like on air quotation marks, but I do have a bag with me, and I've always thought the thing is I was worried that might give me away, but I always thought it was like one of those ones where it's reversible. So
I like the idea.
So it's just one way whenever I'm in civilian identity, and I flip it out every time whenever I'm like out heroing.
Would it be like one of the ones you can buy online, or like a cool custom one you probably got a classmate to make you?
Probably one that you can buy online. So yeah, no, I was worried that like getting out stuff would give me away, but getting out stuff would give me away.
But not rummaging through and not letting him look inside.
Yeah, but like I couldn't do like a credit card or anything. I would have to have like cash. Actually, I should just like ask Aaron. It's like we're going with you. You should get. Can you pay?
Yes, I can do that. As he kind of awkwardly pats his chest, and he goes, "Wait, that's right. I don't put that there." He kind of like...
You can call it a business expense.
Yes, business expense. Riding bikes is a business expense now. I'm going to do that. Okay, I just want to make it clear. I do apologize. I'm making him sound like a robot, but... I guess it's the second robot that's appearing in this episode.
I feel like he's more of the absent-minded professor sort of archetype. How old is Uncle Aaron?
He's pretty young. It's surprising that he's even a detective. He's really good at it on paper, in his office, by himself, but when he has to talk to other people, he's pretty bad at it.
Okay, does he not have his a credit card to pay?
No, he does have it. He's like, hold on. It's behind the Subway gift card. Behind... Ah, here it is. No, wait, wrong one.
Oh my god.
It's behind my ID, I think.
You know what? That's it. No. Here, take... I give James mine. I hesitantly give... Oh god, I take mine out, and...
Well, hold on. Are you sure you want to do this? Because credit cards typically have people's names on them.
That's what what I'm gonna do. Okay, I have something...
Wait, hold on. You say that you're... I do apologize. I love the idea of you, like, kind of like... vampire, like cloaking around the bike and kind of like inside of it, just like swipe the card, really quickly get everything done, and it's like, there, I got it! And they kind of like undo it.
That is what I'm gonna do. I grab some bikes, I swipe my card, I grab two. I give them both to James. Like, here, you two are gonna go on the bike. I'm a lot faster going on feet. I will meet you there. I don't want to be around them at this time. Plus, I am a lot faster on feet with the use of my magic.
All right. So, are you going to magic your feet and kind of like run fast, or are you levitating, or
a little bit of both? using both telekinesis to push myself, almost like a weird gliding, flying kind of a thing.
Okay. Alright. So I'm assuming you're going to get down there first. James, you are riding on a bike with your Uncle Aaron, and Uncle Aaron doesn't know who you are.
Yeah. This is not how I thought his visit would be going.
Okay, so I get to the Reunion Tower, aka Spectrum Tower. I tell him that I'll be waiting at the school in front of at the school next to the tower, which is a college. So it's like literally right across the street from there, and so that they know where to meet up with me. I don't know how long it'll take them to get there, but
They're on bikes. They're not as fast as you are. I'm actually gonna... It takes a while.
okay, then I'm just sitting there contemplating on how I'm gonna keep going with Aaron being with us.
By the way, as you are there, you can... this is the only restriction that I have for what you guys can and cannot do now. And it's because you are very close to meeting up with Thorn, and Thorn's actor is not here, so I'm not going to roleplay for him. The only thing you can't do at this very moment is go inside, because he's in there right now. But you can kind of see that the tower has you can hear an alarm blaring inside. You can hear a very muffled voice going, "Intruder alert! Intruder alert!" Kind of like a robot that is kind of spazzing out.
Do I see any powered people running in or out of the building?
You see civilian people running out.
Okay. No one that looks like they have power.
Nobody that looks like they have powers. Forgive me for this. I did like the idea of calling non-powered people mundanes, and you guys can veto that if you want, but I'm cool with calling them that instead of just saying non-superpowered people.
Oh, I've been using civilians for people who aren't actively heroes or villains.
So do I see any villains?
No, you don't see anybody. But hold on. James and you can roll for that in just a second. James and Aaron, you guys are riding on your bikes, and very as quickly, I guess, as possible.
I'll just say I got there like maybe I do travel faster by myself, but I probably just got there like maybe like 5 minutes faster than normally it will take.
I just like the idea of them having a conversation very quickly on their bikes. So you travel a lot with this person?
She started following me for a bit, and then I guess I followed her, and then we might be a team?
It's hard to be a team of two.
You hear Alison yell out, "We're not a team!"
She can just detect people associated with her. She has a spell specifically called Detect Associations that she is constantly using.
Oh my goodness.
I don't think
Oh my god. No, I was just wondering, just because she just sprinted off without us. Like, what's up with that?
She does that. She seems like more of a loner. I guess I should be, you were doing breaths in your voice stuff.
I love the idea that he is out of breath and you are not.
Fair enough. I'm also, like, probably riding without thinking, because I guess you always ride without thinking at a certain point, but, like, I'm not, like, leaning into turns like you should. I'm just going. Because my power just, like, keeps... And I'm just like, don't notice, this is just how people ride bikes, right?
Oh my god. He's just like, hurry, not tired. And I guess you just explained that way.
It's just like, I'm physically active frequently. Cape stuff, you know?
Oh my god. So you guys make it there. Do you want to make a normal landing where you kind of just like stop driving your bike rather normally?
Yes, because they aren't our bikes.
If you damage them, you will pay for that. Don't do that.
Aaron's gonna pay for it.
I'm gonna have to pay for it because I paid for the bike.
No, Aaron kind of he gets off. He just wobbles off as he does it. Okay. Note to self: get an Uber next time, maybe.
Where do we put the bikes?
You can literally, they're pretty much laid around anywhere in downtown, so I don't know. I don't know if they print out a receipt. I need you to grab that and rip it up.
I don't think they do.
Good.
We'll say that these don't.
Awesome.
That there's just super technology in this world, so they just know.
I get a bloop bloop on my phone saying that they have stopped riding the bikes. So
And right underneath that is your message from Thorn because you didn't actually open it.
Well, no, you told me what it said.
I know, but you okay. I do apologize. You have one of those Galaxy phones or something, right? Because an iPhone, if you don't actually swipe your phone open, your notification is still there when you turn your phone off and look at it again.
That happens on Android phones too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but on my Android phone, I can swipe down on the message and I can read it. But
Yeah, but if you swipe it away, the notification will pop back up.
So I mean, I'm pretty sure it. Did it have any other message on there other than
No,
"Hey
just that.
Thorn, what's his face in trouble?"
It's like a selfie with Spike panicking in the background. Obviously not, because that's super out of character based on what I know. But
I look around to see if I see James. Like, hey James,
You see him.
you're out.
Alright.
I jump down, superhero landing style.
Oh, of course.
we're not
you
a
do.
team. Walks up. We're not a team.
Oh my god. No, hold on. See that again, but just give me a second. Alright, team. Alright, we're here together now.
I land. Not a team.
Oh.
Okay, we have
Alright,
we have to get in. I'm guessing we have to get into the building. Something's happening. There's an alarm about an intruder. I'm pretty sure that intruder is Thorn. He must have gotten himself into something, because knowing the few times I spent to him, he seems like someone that would go a little bit over what was told not to do. I don't know if that made sense, but I think it's his fault. So we're gonna have to help him out, since we kind of need his help.
I mean, I don't think he's so much the one who would specifically break a rule, so much as disregard a rule if it was inconvenient, or he just, I don't know, putting words in other people's characters.
I feel like you were kind of right about that, though. Disregards the rules if it benefits him, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I say, look, is there any robots, on the outside, or any robots we can see from where we're at?
I mean, if you guys want to go in, I'll let you guys go in, and I'll let you guys do everything up to the point where you interact with Thorn.
Okay. Well, okay. Can I don't know if we have to, is it hectic enough that we can probably sneak in there without really catching any kind of attention? No, is it just hectic? People running in and out that
People are running in and out.
Go in there without really being detected or being noticed, or
Yeah, you guys can go in without being detected. You guys can. I mean, I don't want to put rolls in your mouth, but you guys can roll stuff.
We just want to make sure that we go in there without drawing any attention from security or anything like that.
Well, you could roll something like assess the situation, I think is what John is saying.
I was trying to get you to say that.
Well, I mean, yeah.
And I think you're the one trying to do it right now.
That is true.
Not to mention that I have a -1 to assessing situations.
Don't you have a thing around that, though?
I have straight up creeping. It has different questions, but it uses mundane instead.
What does assess the situation use? I lost my phone. So
Superior.
Superior. I do have a +2 to that. The reason I was trying to avoid a roll anything is because I dropped my dice and I can't find it. But
I can roll them for you if you want.
I have only one die, so I'm gonna have to roll this twice. Okay.
Quick question: is it die or dice when there's only one of them?
I thought I said die.
The dictionary actually gave up on that, so both are appropriate nowadays.
I roll a d20, and I rolled. Oh shit! Never mind. I rolled my d6.
Can you just get Google to roll 2d6 for you?
No, because I don't want people to know I have a Google.
You mentioned it in another episode. We literally used it in the Momentum versus Lucian episode. No, wait. Zenith versus Blaze.
Yeah, John, but if I try to cheat, I can't.
You're using a machine. You just roll. Hey, Google, roll 2d6.
Hey, Google, roll 2 6. Oh crap! Roll a 2-sided dot. Wait.
God
Sorry.
damn it.
Hey Google, let's play craps.
Hey, Google.
Hey Google, flip 12 coins.
Okay.
How many heads?
2.
That's not technically how rolling dice works.
Okay, I accidentally asked it to roll 1. So.
Well, now you can roll the 1 die you have and add them together.
So, it rolled a 1 for me. I rolled a 6. That's 7. I get +2 for... No, wait. So you said it was superior?
Yes.
Oh, I also have a -1 to that. So I only got a 6.
Alright, that's a fail. Mark your potential.
I'm already at max potential.
Can you go over 5 potential?
When you get to full potential, you get a new thingy, don't you?
I do get a thingy.
Nice.
I don't know what the thingy is. Give me a minute while I look up my thingy.
You're doomed, right?
Yes. Spoiler alert.
We introduced that at the beginning.
Yeah, so you have 3 take move from another playbook, 1 to, like, have someone permanently lose influence over us. Oh, that reminds me, Aaron should have influence over us, which is sad. Considering
It's not sad, it's...
based on our current interactions.
Well, he indirectly works for the organization of the Spectrum, so yeah,
I
he
guess
does have influence over you. There's no technicallys here; he just does.
Well, you can gain burn as one of your advancements.
If I may suggest, try to pick something that makes sense.
Well, burn is basically magic. It's just really powerful magic. It's the main mechanic of the Nova playbook.
The rearrange one, I can rearrange my labels as I choose and add 1 to any label.
How close are you to marking your potential, James?
If I fail one more time, I get my potential.
Okay, so I'm just gonna rearrange my labels. Yeah, so I rearrange and I can add 1. Well, I have a -1 to superior. If I switch my superior and my danger, so now my danger is -1 and my superior is +1. But then can I get that +1 and give it to my danger, so it's at 0? I don't know what we use danger for.
You use danger when you directly engage a threat.
Okay, other than that, I failed, so I guess I don't notice anything.
You don't notice anything from the chaos of the storm that is ensued.
I also find my dice, so yeah, that's a thing.
You found your dice.
I found my dice.
That's a good thing to gain.
Hey, James, do you want to roll for assess the situation?
Sure, I can try that.
Yeah.
That's a 7 - 1.
Oh my god.
Oh, another failure. You guys are nothing but failures.
Wow, John.
Can I take moves from the playtest books?
Oh my god. Wait, hold on. Yeah, I would say totally go for it.
Yeah, I'm reading through them. I'll have what I have, hopefully before I gain any more potential.
I'll take the number 7, sir.
Well, I have 1 potential again marked, so that's nice.
Well, we failed to assess the situation, so let's blindly rush in, right?
Yep,
You guys are blindly rushing in, and you just don't know what the fuck
What's
is
the
going on.
first thing we notice when we walk through the front doors?
Well, you failed your checks, so... I love the idea that you guys still see this, whether or not you failed your fucking things or not, because it's kind of obvious. You see a broken robot kind of hanging from the ceiling, and it is spazzing out, and it is yelling these words. And... oh my god. Sorry.
Okay, I know what I'm taking. Because this is, like, perfect for my character. So it's from the Soldier playtest.
Uh-huh.
It's called No You Move. And it's when you demand an NPC live up to a higher moral code, you can roll with Saver on a hit. They have to meet my standard or mark a condition.
Oh, nice. I like that.
And then it has some other stuff if you succeed higher, and some stuff if you miss more. But, like, this is, like, very in character for why I'm a hero. In addition to the, I get to be, or seen as a boy while being a hero.
I love this, by the way. I love that you picked that one, because it does really seem like you.
Yeah, no, I really like this. So, alright. So we blindly rush in, and I have taken a move from another playbook.
Yeah, I run in
just
throwing magic all over the place.
I just ran in.
Is it D&D? Because you would be using up all your spells that way. Oh my god. Yeah, you guys, as you rush in, I'm gonna describe a little bit of stuff you guys might see. You guys see a broken down robot kind of spewing out in He kind of looks like a cowboy, and he's just like, I already said it earlier. He's yelling out like intruder alert, and he's kind of like spazzing out as he does so. Very not as badly as you would assume. As maybe it's kind of mellowed out a little bit, so it's kind of just still doing that. You can see that the first floor has some sort of cafeteria looking thing that's out in the back, and that is where you can hear a crowd of people just shouting, and you can hear people just shouting in there, and you hear a very meaty sounding like punch.
Like as in like meaty as in you can hear like flesh moving around. Does it sound like Gremlin?
No, it doesn't sound like it. Distinctly a non-Gremlin meat sound.
Okay.
It just sounds like I said meaty because I just like the idea of it sounding very, very like not flabby, but like
Mr. Krabs just hit someone with his big meaty claws.
No, I don't know why I used the adjective. It just sounds like a very really painful punch, and it sounds like blood is coming out.
Ooh, blood's not supposed to come out.
No, it's not. It's supposed to stay inside. Blood is an inside fluid.
Bleeding is internal. That's where it's supposed to be.
My blood's working wrong. Where is it coming from again?
Cafeteria thing. I really should have done research of what the reunion tower looked like, but it has a cafeteria on the bottom floor now, whether it does or not in real life.
Well, it does. Okay, from what I do know about the reunion tower, there is. I think there's restaurants, as like the basement area where you could walk around down there, and there's like some restaurants down there. I think my sister went to El Centro, which is right in front of the reunion tower. So I think there are little hallway restaurants that connect the buildings together. So there would be, I think, a cafeteria down there.
Well, let's just say it's there, wherever that section is. You guys made it there. That's where you guys think it's probably.
Oh, so we ran down there. So, okay.
Yeah.
Control our characters, why won't you?
Hey, that's where the other characters are, so.
What do we see? What do we see? Do we have to roll again? I'll roll again if you want me to. What do we see?
No. You don't have to roll again, because I don't want you to modify what Gremlin's already here doing. Alright, so now this is the scene where, this is the final thing, because you guys can actually see Gremlin now. He is hiding, I would say, in the vent area, I believe is where he was last time when I was talking to him. You guys can see him simply because of the fact that he has been looking out for you, and he's probably giving you some cue that he's there. And in the center of the cafeteria, you see a rather kind of buff-looking guy. He looks like he's been working out. No, not from like superpowers or anything. But he is holding onto Thorn. Not Thorn. I do apologize. He's holding on to Speight. I do apologize. Yep. I got my doctors mixed up. He's holding on to Speight, and he's already looked pretty beaten up. Probably unconscious. Next to him is another gentleman who is of the scientist variety. He has like a salt and pepper kind of hair. He's got a mustache.
What kind of mustache?
Very bad looking mustache. I would say like a combination between one of those that looks like a comb and with the handlebars at the end, maybe.
Wow, can you make him look more evil?
Wait until you hear his voice.
Hey,
he doesn't
James,
talk.
we
What's
found
up?
the bad guy of the campaign.
Hey, Aaron, I think it's time for us to do what we do.
I think there is no way out of saying no to you. Be very careful, I guess.
No way. I'm standing behind, by the way, Aaron, and I tell them, do you know these dudes? Who are they?
Okay, so, big rough and tumble, that's definitely Jonathan Barnes. I can recognize him from photos and stuff. He's a big guy. I don't know why he shaved half of his head, but he did it anyways. I guess that's his disguise as a new person, but whatever. Guy next to him, definitely don't know who that is. Maybe he's a scientist. He does look evil, though. I don't know.
So they're just they're standing Where again? Just at the opposite end?
Center of the cafeteria.
Sounds okay. About how big is the cafeteria?
Like a large cafeteria size.
Thank you. That's very helpful. And it's 500 by 500. I thank you.
500 what? Inches? Yeah, that sounds about right. So yeah, you guys see that? I should have done more research on this. You guys see them around the center. Weirdly enough, you see a couple of superheroes around the area. They don't seem to be stopping him.
You told me there was no superheroes.
No, I said they were okay. To be fair, in Donovan's thing, I did say that they didn't dress up as superheroes. They're just dressed as normal people, so you don't really see superheroes. You see normal people. You do notice that they are more or less familiar faces, and they are not stopping Barnes at all.
So wait, do they look like they're helping them?
No, they don't. They're just watching. And you don't have to roll for it, but you can kind of see on their faces they aren't stopping him, and they are kind of enjoying this.
Can I?
Hey, I can use my new move, right?
Oh my god! Okay. So...
Wait, can I assess the situation really quick and see if I see Nightingale?
Okay, good. You can go and try that.
Yeah. Okay, then I'll let Paul do what he wants because it sounds like he's about to have fun.
I'm just
great way to end this episode.
Glad that I actually just that's great. And the thing is, I get information if I fail the roll too.
What does an 8 get me?
Gets you one question.
Gets me one question.
Mm-hmm. What here can I use?
Man, I wanted the 2 questions. But I had already rolled to see. Well, I want to know if it's anyone that resembles Nightingale was there. But I don't know if I want to use my question for that. You know what? Do they look... Wait, quick. Is this part of my question, by the way, if I say do they look like... When you say enjoying it, is that something they should be acting like? Or is that suspicious in itself?
Okay. Do you have any other questions? I might... depending on what your other question is, I might give that to you as a freebie or not.
Because my question is... The reason why I want to know if if them enjoying it is them acting strangely. I want to know if Nightingale is there to see if maybe she's using her powers to control them.
Okay, I'm going to answer one of those questions, and I think if I answer one of those, it's going to answer the other one. So they don't seem to be under some sort of mind control, if that is what you're asking me. They are entirely. You can tell on their faces this is a genuine. They have not been manipulated into grinning so creepily.
And so they're just enjoying the scene of watching Speight get beat up?
Yep, Speight getting beat up.
Alright, and can I tell that the people who are watching are heroes? Or...
they're recognizable faces, so I would say, yeah, you can tell that they're heroes. They're dressed in, Hawaiian shirts, and I don't know why they would be Hawaiian shirts. So there's one guy in a Hawaiian shirt.
Well, we have time. Can you name them for us, please?
Sure. I am going to name a few. You have a man who is known as the Black Power Ranger.
Really shoehorned that one in, didn't you?
I told you I was going to do it, and I did it. There is another man who
the man in the Hawaiian shirt is the Hawaiian. He's actually in costume.
He's in costume at the moment. There's another man who is wearing a business attire suit, and he is wearing a cap on his head, and it looks like he has a pair of shoes on both sides of his head. You recognize him as the Shoehorn. And those are the 3 heroes that I am going to name in this.
Okay, so there's only 3 heroes in this room then.
Yeah, let's go with that. There's only 3 heroes you recognize and see in this room. Everyone else is kind of fled because they don't want to deal with this, and they're just kind of grinning.
Okay.
So I'm gonna run forwards and yell at the assembled, apparently off-duty heroes who are creepily enjoying a more or less civilian, right, because he's not a hero. So yes, a civilian getting beaten up.
I hope there's not a weird kink for them. That would be very disturbing.
Ugh.
No, that's not what this is!
I don't like yucking people's yums, but I'm gonna yuck some yums.
Please do. Go ahead.
I'm just gonna yell at them. You guys are heroes. What are you doing? You save people. Save him.
Oh, you want to try and roll, or do you want me to keep going?
Yeah, I'm just, like, saying he's... he looks, like, unconscious, right?
Oh, he is unconscious, and this guy is still beating up on him.
Yeah, he's gonna kill him. And, so I'm gonna roll my new move, No You Move, which, when I demand that an NPC live up to a higher moral code, such as actually being a goddamn hero, I can roll with Savior, which I have a +3 to Savior. And I dropped one of my dice. So I rolled a 4 and a 3, so that's 4 + 3 + 3 for a 10.
Nice.
Ooh, nice.
Okay.
So they have to... Oh, sweet! So they have to meet my standard or mark a condition, and I gain influence on them.
Oh, God.
So we both have influence over each other now.
That's if they decide not to help out, right?
No, the 10 plus is just if I roll 10 plus, take influence over them as well.
Oh, okay.
So that they either have to save them or mark a condition. For reminders, the conditions are angry, insecure, guilty, hopeless, or afraid.
Defo guilty. They're definitely guilty about this.
Alright, so I just marked guilty on 3 adult heroes.
Oh, no.
Do we
I
end the
haven't thought of
session
a
there, or
fictional-
do we keep
no,
going?
hold on. I haven't come up with a fictional name for the Black Power Ranger, but he will have a fake name in the next episode. And this is where we're starting off next time, I guess. What the hell? This was weird. Donovan, your character's fucking weird.
Yes, he is. Oh my god. Okay, so end of session stuff, real quick. Yes, no?
Actually, oh damn, I didn't really think of that.
He would just grow into his own image of himself.
Okay, an image. Oh yeah, because you didn't really interact with anyone else. You want to do an image of yourself, you said?
Yep.
And what do you gain from that?
I gained danger because he's realizing how much of a danger he can be to the community. He got information on what they think he can do.
Yeah, and you kind of fucked up a defense protocol, which you Donovan Riley figured out pretty quickly, but Dr. Thorne might not have.
Yeah, going to go down on Savior though, because that was that was not a nice thing to do.
Oh Jesus Christ! It was not. You totally fried that guy.
And then basically made him a slave.
Oh no.
Well, again, but this time to me.
Oh God.
So I have influence over him now, right?
You have, strangely enough, yes, you have influence over a non-living creature. Really weird thing to say out loud. But yes, you do now have influence over the defense protocol of Spectrum. And I'm assuming that they don't know that. But, fair warning, things can still fuck up for you in your favor. Against you. Just letting you know you're not invincible. Well, let's see what's going on with the other guys then. Oh my god. Alright, oh god, okay, so end of session stuff. Donovan already did his, because he only interacted with other characters. So if you guys want to do interactions, your end of stuff here, I guess you guys can go ahead.
Like the end of...
End of session stuff.
Alright. Also, I just want to mention, I'm really glad I didn't fail that roll, because if I did, all 3 of them would have gained influence over me a second time, and then my labels are just fucked up.
Oh no. You would have made things worse. To be fair, the whole rolling of the dice thing for you guys has been pretty, like, consistently, like, bad, good, bad. Like, it's been all over the place, and I'm really enjoying that.
Yeah, no, I really like this.
Oh boy. So, do you want to go first with end of session stuff?
Like, I kinda wanna do the grow into your own image after that scene, but then I'd mark a condition by trying to move up Savior when I can't, so probably not doing that.
But you can shift any label up and down.
Yeah, but like, moving up Savior after something like that, after asking people to save someone, that feels right, but can't do that. Where's my book? 'Cause there's I have a PDF of the book. There's a section in the book that, like, says what it means when you shift labels in certain directions.
Oh, right.
And I kinda wanna look at that real quick.
I have the physical book.
I don't know where I put my physical book, but I think I might move up Superior after, like, doing that instead. And then what would I move down? Probably Freak. Become even worse at actually using my power.
I love how the book specifically tells me not to try to splinter off characters into solo scenes, but I fucking do it anyways.
I mean, to be fair, this is a game about being a team, so that makes sense.
I know, but...
I don't know, I'm just gonna shift Superior up and Freak down and see what...
So when you cap at Superior, do you get to keep the +3, but also have to take a condition, or does it reset, or what's up?
Oh, I shifted up Superior, not Savior. Savior's my +3.
Oh, okay.
No, it wouldn't move at all. If you would change your labels and one of them's at and you would either go below -2 or above +3, instead you mark a condition.
Okay.
I mean, actually marking angry would make sense, but I don't want to paint myself into a corner there.
It's all good. I mean, it's whatever you think works best narratively.
So I grew into my own image of myself for my end of session move. I feel like I'm better than these heroes in this moment.
Yeah, I mean, understandably so.
And I shifted down Freak because I feel like it makes... honestly, there I was just well, I'm not shifting down Mundane or Savior here, and so it had to either be Freak or Danger, and so I just was shifting down Freak.
I mean, to be fair, I think anybody can feel superior compared to the Shoehorn, but... or the Hawaiian, at that matter. What even are his powers?
He just fires pineapples and ham from his hands.
Oh my god, yes! Those are the only two things he knows how to create. He is everyone's least favorite friend at pizza parties, or some people's favorite.
Right.
He would be my favorite friend at a pizza party, to be honest. Actually, no. It sounds weird eating something that was created from someone else. He would be my least favorite friend. David.
Yeah.
What are Alison's things going on?
Out of the choices they give us, I don't think, as for this session itself, I don't think neither of them apply to her. I can't think of a way to do it. Because I don't want to choose grow away from the team, because I don't know if that will be suited, because Aaron is not part of the team.
Grow away from the team doesn't suit you, even though you said we are not a team 3 times.
That was a joke.
Yeah, to be fair, that was jokes.
I don't think that was in character. But, no,
oh, by the way, I'm only tracking who I have influence over. I'm gonna leave other people to remember who has influence over me.
Because the reason I thought maybe that one would fit in is because, after seeing Aaron there, that really drew her back of why she doesn't do the team thing. So it's she's not overthinking this or anything like that. It's just she's more rushed to get this done, so she can go back to be by herself again.
I just want to remind you really quick that end of session stuff doesn't mean an end of the day thing. It's heat of the moment. Yeah. That's what's going on right now, kind of thing. Which is this last hour.
Which is also why I don't really think a bit hectic of choosing that. That's why that was my explanation why I kind of wanted to choose it, but I'm still not sure whether that would go or not. And I don't think I grew closer to myself or to the team, which is why the other two don't fit in. So the best choice for me to choose would be go away from the team, even though Aaron is not really part of the team. I'm gonna have to go with that one. Hopefully my reason is a good enough reason.
Okay. You take influence over you away from another character, and that's the only thing you gotta do for that.
I don't remember if Grim has influence over me. But if he does,
I know that I don't. I only have influence over the 3 characters that were just named.
So I don't think anyone has influence over me as of right now.
Well, yeah, because
Aaron
does.
He's an adult, and adults automatically have influence over you. Technically, these 3 other characters would also have influence, or all 4 of them.
Well, I don't think Aaron would have influence on me.
He indirectly works for Spectrum, so he kind of has a say over this.
Outside of the
he can arrest your ass if he wants.
Thing. We are basically the same age.
That is true, but that is why
I think it would.
Oh shit!
Yeah, for reasons that I'm not going to mention, because you'd have to edit it out again. You might have to edit this out again. I think it's fair that he might not have influence by default.
Okay, that's fine. If you want, I think the Gremlin does. I'm not sure about that. He is technically here. You guys have some sort of interaction between this. He did technically split off from the team for a while, and you may not trust the decisions that he made, because
we're gonna need some answers on the next session.
But okay, I mean, if I had to choose someone, I think Grim is the only one out of other than James who doesn't have influence over me that does. So I guess I would take that away from him with a combination of seeing Aaron and then seeing what Grim has done or Thorn has done. Kind of makes me it gives me more reason to stick to my whole premise of working by myself.
Do you guys have any questions for me before we go?
No, I don't think I have anything.
Yes. What happens at the end of this whole game?
This whole game? Well, you guys are all paragons of the city. You guys live happily ever after, or you all die.
But we could also just retire from being heroes.
Hey, John, I want to retire right now.
There is also that
right
option.
Now.
You want to retire right now? Go for it, dude.
He just beginning of next session, Alison leaves.
I'm out.
And then
I'm out.
David takes control of the Black Power Ranger.
Oh my god, yes! That's what is gonna happen next episode.
She comes in, you know what, I'm out. Deuces.
So, Paul, do you want to drop what you are right now?
No, I'm actually really enjoying playing James.
I was joking about all that. Please don't be serious.
Don't tell John you're enjoying playing something, because then his whole motives could be then to kill James.
No, I'm not gonna do that. My intention is not to kill you guys. My intention is to get you guys to be as cool as possible, but you guys are actually doing a pretty good job. I really like it so far. Right. Next episode, I guarantee there will be fighting and stuff, and not just all this talking.
It's a story-driven game. The talking's fine.
I know. I really enjoy the talking stuff. It's just that, Gremlin did stuff.
Well, he covers our end of the fight scene. I'm pretty sure he had, from the look of what happened here, I'm pretty sure he did enough fighting for all three of us.
Alright, so we'll catch you guys later on the next episode. This has been John, signing off. David,
is that your outro now? This is John, signing off.
That is not my real outro. I don't like that outro. I'm never gonna do it again. I'll find a thing.
So yeah. This is David, signing off.
This is Paul, signing off.
Well, that is official. You guys are being kicked off of my show. This is my show now. That's what is going on. Hey guys, the next episode, it's gonna be Vape Lord, Tony, and Merry Christmas, and they're going to stop the bad guys. And Alison and everybody else is just gone. That's what you guys get for taking
that you don't even want.
I don't even want it, but you guys still took it, and now I want it. I'm like a child that way.